Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for near price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis. I would like to mention that this video is sponsored by MEXC, celebrating the 7 years with massive bonuses. You can find the link in the description below. Starting on the daily chart, we have an A, B, C, 3 waves toward the upside, finished wave A or wave W. After both case scenario, you are looking to an A, B, C again, of course, a 3 corrective wave to finish a wave B or a wave X. In both case scenario, you would like to see higher prices. Now we have a 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5 internally. You can count, of course, 5 waves for 1 and 5 waves for the 3. The wave 3 is longer than the wave 1. But however, of course, it doesn't look very decisive 1, 2, 3. Meaning, what if this is a 3 waves and not an impulse? Now the situation is still, of course, favoring an impulse. That because, of course, the wave 2 still corrective. You have 3 waves and then 3 waves up and 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5 finished perfectly inside the blue box for a wave 2 between the 0.618 0.786, giving higher potential that this is an impulse and not 3 waves so far, until of course the 886 is hit. So basically right now inside this wave C, we're looking to a 1, 2, 3, 4 and potentially ending diagonal, of course, for this wave 5. Now your bearish scenario, which is already finished as a short term, if you are looking for a longer bearish scenario, you're going to transform these 3 waves toward the downside as 3 waves up again and 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5 to finish a wave C here in the magenta scenario. And that means, of course, a big A, B, and a C toward the downside. A signal for this is, of course, the 886. However, I still doubt this so far. And I still see, of course, higher prices potential for near, unless also another scenario can unfold for near, which is a triangle, where you have an A, B, C, D, and an E. So this is also a potential scenario in case we don't move impulsive toward the upside. Now, of course, to call this scenario, I would like to see first a wave E, and then of course to evaluate or test the price action at the top here. And then of course, if we break it, I will call directly a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a wave C, or in W, X, and Y, a zigzag 3 structure toward the upside. Let's move inside this wave to see, of course, on the lower time frame what's going on and what we might expect. So basically, on this lower time frame, we are expecting, of course, an ending diagonal for this 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5 towards the downside. Basically, you have finished here your wave 4 in the magenta scenario. You're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. A last wave, of course, for this diagonal might unfold towards the downside, taking, of course, those fib level as following. Here we go. So we have a wave 5 as a diagonal. Here we go. So we are looking in between the 0.786 and the 0.618 as in confluence, and again, of course, for a wave 5. Basically, if you hit the 1-to-1 fib level, meaning, of course, definitely you're going to take the 886 and potentially you're moving toward the downside to take even the all-time low. Hopefully not. So basically, what we are looking at right now in this area is a potential A, B, and a C. Let's zoom in a little bit even in the micro. We're looking at a higher possibility as an A, B, and a C. Well, I counted here before 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. I don't like it because the wave 4 is exactly as the wave 1 here. I don't really like it, but I'm gonna keep it just in case. Higher potential is for the ABC, of course, finished as a correction because we're looking for a final wave toward the downside as a zigzag for this wave 5. Now we have hit perfectly the 0.618, 0.786 in case you are in impulse 1, 2, and then you're looking for higher. While this looks corrective, by the way, as wave 2, to be honest, it looks like a corrective wave, 3 ways down, 3 ways up, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Hence, looking at this retracement, well, you cannot really be so far from an impulse, right? And especially looking at this reaction, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, potentially. But of course, I still need much more evidence. I still need to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 ways down, continuation, breaking this high, and confirmation of bullish scenario. Otherwise, I still, of course, give a little bit higher possibility for the ABC and then taking the low with one more final zigzag, of course, to finish inside this blue box. Somehow like that. This in a bigger view again, of course, to see what it's gonna be. Of course, you're gonna finish here 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 for a wave 5. Yep, so if we take also a final look at KGT. So here comes the judge. For the price decision, KGT always has some stuff, but yeah, as you can see, guys, there is a big divergence between the CVD line with a bullish signal and the price action. So basically, the KGT says right now that we might see, of course, higher prices, but at the same time, don't forget, of course, that you have also a convergence from the top here, where we saw this move towards the downside. But if you were looking for lower, you wouldn't really get, of course, directly a bullish signal before taking the low. Yeah, so this is the difference. However, of course, I mean, it's still very possible that we still move down because the pressure also on KGT says that there is pressure. Let me check also the lower time frame. Wow, invalidation. You see on the lower time frame, invalidation of bearish. But yeah, a signal of bullish is given, which is of course in divergence as well. Basically, yeah, we have to be careful with near, is a little bit tricky. However, okay, I'm gonna solve this problem for near. Look what to do, guys. I mean, in this case scenario, because it's very tricky price, I would say, here we go. Whatever it's gonna happen inside this price action here, inside this blue box, okay, like this. Whatever is gonna happen here, we're looking for higher for near. Anything is gonna happen here soon or later. Low, additional lows, whatever is gonna happen here, we're moving towards the upside. You are in a box of opportunity for near, and I believe, of course, you're moving towards the upside. Of course, minimum, of course, I mean, whatever is going to happen here is not important, guys. It's not the trade that you want to take. The trade that you want to take is outside this blue box. Yeah, this is what I mean. Whether you are in a zigzag toward the upside, of course, or a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Don't forget, no financial advice, guys, of course, but yeah, this is my opinion, and this is how I see near going on in the next future. Don't forget, for today we have many updates on X. We have Cardano for ADA, AVE as well, updated today, Popcat, and Ripple XRP. So don't forget and don't miss those quick updates. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.